Buddy. So I just want to see if command is working. I have an issue where it might not be. So when you log into command, connect, I'm going to choose to search for a There must be, there's something on your computer, maybe cookies or pop-ups. Okay, so I'm just going to go to Safari preferences. I want to make sure that your pop-ups are okay. Your pop-up windows, everything is blocked. So for KW virtual, I'm going to say allow. KW connect, allow. That's the one. Yeah, so your computer is preventing pop-ups, is what's happening. So this is KW. I'm going to allow everything from KW. Okay. Even clear mark type, allow. KW. Allow. All right, so that's going to work then. So now if you go here, go connect. We might have to exit and restart. Might have to restart Safari. If you go Safari. Joey, hello, Pinar.
How are you?
We restart?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you want to leave this page. Yes. Now we're going to restart Safari. Log into the document. So for anyone that ever has issues with pop-ups, you need to, if you're on a Mac, like I'm using Safari right now, and we were going to connect and then searching Ignite and nothing was popping up. It would be like a blank screen. You need to, this is very strange. Nothing is, we're not getting any results. It's not really a pop-up window. Oh, here, maybe it's this one. I think we're gonna need to call KW help. Do you have Chrome installed on your computer? I know in the past that the KW stuff worked optimized for, but something is not allowing results. It was working. Yeah, I don't know. It could be cookies. It could be. So that would be my next step. Is anyone at home? Is anyone at home having issues searching for anything in command and then getting a blank screen after they do a search? If you guys could try it. Let me just do your cookies. It's going for Q. So just gonna clear, remove these cookies. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna call help, technical support for KW. So I'm gonna give everyone this number. KW help. AW help. Here's the phone number. You want to put this in your telephone?
Hello.
Anytime that you need help. So KW help, they're located, it's our, it's in Austin, Texas. 51327 8070 512 area code. 512. So if you guys ever need like technical support with something on the website, something's not working, you can call this number, get technical support. From our headquarters. So like on your computer, so the issue someone was having was we're searching for the word ignite. And instead of getting the results, it's just a blank screen. Maybe, you can try, So what I did was I made sure that the blockups were allowing all pop-up windows. And if you install, it'll probably work, but it should work in Safari. There's no reason it shouldn't. Let me try Safari right now. So I'm gonna open Safari. I'm gonna go to agent.kw.com. Log in with Safari. That search for.
Did you? Oh, this is Safari.
This is Safari now. Just giving me results. So there's something, well, so there's a setting, something that's preventing results here. I don't know why. So so it can be.
It's called that,
Yeah. All right, so I'm hoping. Is anyone logged on my new agent checklist? So. Let's see. Anyone has not done my new agent checklist. I just want to make sure that they have it. I'm going to add it. So let me just log out though. If you guys have access to my shared folder, this is the agent resources. My checklist is here, so you can always access it. I'm going to download it here and just share it with the chat. Let me, I just want to show you guys what's in my shared folder. You have access to my shared folder, yes, on sync.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, so in my shared folder. Oh, yeah, sorry. shut out when sorry, when I did the screen sharing here. Let me just reshare. So in my sync folder. So in my sync folder, I'm keeping track of what the new rules are with CAR. So this morning I was reviewing what's going on. You know, there were a bunch of, I know this is a tech class, but real quick. There were supposed to release like all these forms the week of June 25th. The department, to share folder, yes. Hey. So I need to send you an invitation if you're not already. Shoot. So basically, don't worry, Faith, we'll get you in. June 20, so they were supposed to release like all these new forms in the week of June 25th. The Department of Justice was looking at the CAR forms and said, don't release those forms yet, we might have an issue with them. So there's been a delay on, 20 some odd forms. And even this morning, I was reading that the new laws are going to go into effect August 17th. However, there's going to be like even after that, there's going to be a 30-day, I don't know what you'd call it, like a 30-day like grace period, transition period, where nothing's going to be enforced. So it's still, even though those are going to be the new rules, there's still going to be 30 days. They're not going to penalize anyone the 30 days following where changes can be made, because no one knows, everyone just wants to make sure business can continue. But I am trying to put stuff in this folder. So here was a statement released about the forms postponement, what's going to happen in open houses after the settlement. So after, August 17th. There's a quick guide. So, I'll just be putting stuff in there so you can check it. Put a star in front so it appears first in the search. I have sample contracts in here, so let's just look at that real quick. In my contracts folder, I have templates of stuff already filled out. So buyer rep agreements, commission agreements, leases. So in the leases folder, I have a lease listing. I don't really have an actual lease in there because leases are going to change according to the landlord tenant. So when you're doing a lease, you really have to go through it line by line. I guess I could put a template in there. I'm just afraid that my template, I don't want anyone to rely on my template 100% and say that's how a lease is done, and then there's no changes. That's not true, because there's so many different things on a lease that could change. Maybe I'll do one and have some notes here, but there's going to be like a lot of notes, like this could change, this could change. Doing a listing agreement. So I have sample listing agreements in here. These are all going to change when the new forms are released. So, once the forms are released, I'm going to have to come and redo all these. I will. So I have sample offer in here, residential purchase agreement. So how to do an offer. So this is tech. This is in my shared folder, all the tech stuff. If you have a referral agreement, how to fill out a referral agreement. So if you have an incoming referral, another agent is referring a client to you, or an outgoing referral, you have someone that's moving out of state and you want to refer them to another agent. So this is how you fill out that contract. And then single party agreements, seller pays commission for your buyer. This would be when there's no listing. So you're bringing a buyer to a property directly to an unlisted property. This is how you're going to make sure that you get paid. Obviously, there's a buyer rep agreement saying that the buyer is going to pay your commission, but this is how you get the seller to pay the single party. All right, I have here warranty companies. Let's talk a little bit about that. So when you write an offer, there's a place in the offer to ask. Now let's pull up offers real quick. So right now, I'm just gonna log into CAR. This is where our contracts are. Go transactions. I'll log in. Sharing my screen. So let's just see a sample transaction. All right, so in documents, I'm gonna add the residential purchase agreement. Here it is. So in the purchase agreement, there's a place to talk about your home warranty plan. So here, the buyer is asking the seller to pay for it. So home warranty plan chosen by buyer. So we're gonna check here that we want the seller to pay with a cost not to exceed, a certain price. And click here to select your service provider. So we want to order a CRES policy, the CRES policy. That's a 13-month policy. The reason that we want CRES is because it will give us a lower deductible on our E&O. If there happens to be a lawsuit, God forbid there should be a lawsuit, but if there is, we'll have a lower deductible for that. Our E&O insurance, it's important to them that there's a home warranty on the property, because if there's no home warranty, there's going to be a dispute between the buyer and the seller to pay for a fixing of something. The buyer is going to say, hey, this was broken, you didn't disclose it, and we want it fixed. And the seller is going to say, there could be a fight. If there's a home warranty, the fight is only going to be about the service call, the $90 service call, right? So that's it. It's not really a big deal when there's a home warranty, and the company will just come and fix whatever the problem is for $90. So
I think first, at some cases, they're paying back that 90. Like, maybe I understood it wrong, but someone mentioned to me at Fidelity, they said in some cases they pay back the service. I don't know what.
So, sometimes we have an account rep. Sometimes our account rep as a promotion will send us a coupon to waive the first service call. Is that what you're talking about?
Not that one, but I didn't know about that. Because my client was asking like, oh, I didn't know they were asking for a service for the exchange.
So if you ever see our rep in-house, go up to them and say, hey, do you have any coupons for this first call?
Oh, that's good. That's good, okay.
So I just want to show you in my shared folder. In my shared folder, I have here all the home warranties. So you can choose the home warranty company. Here are the CRES. So we have 3 different options for CRES: Fidelity, Republic. If you choose the Fidelity one, just open it. Say here how much. So this is how you figure it out.
They have the cost also in that.
Yeah, this is how you do it.
Oh,
So it says $90 service trade call. So this is the one that I've been ordering most, the enhanced. For a condo, it's $615. For a single family, it's $695. You can see here, single family, $695, condo, $615.
does it depend on the price of the home? If it is this,
It doesn't, so it's gonna be for any home up to 5,000 square feet. If it's over 5,000 square feet, you need to call them to get a quote.
or you need to call the cost.
So $695 for single family. Now, here is what's covered, all this stuff: plumbing, stoppages, garbage disposal, hot water heater, sump pump, toilets, recirculating, electrical system, doorbell, smoking.
Much better than the other. Is that, how much is a month? $89?
This is great. This is great. It's
Yeah, come.
so now, here's where here's where the different policies change. So you're gonna start seeing what's offered. So this one you need to get for air conditioning. This one washer dryer. So if you want washer dryer coverage, you need to get this policy. Kitchen refrigerator, this one. If you have, so that's gonna be what's included. Now, if you look on the right, there's other options. So what would options be? What if there's a pool property and you want the pool spa equipment covered? Sometimes there might be an additional charge for saltwater pools, right? So you'll want to choose that. Let's see, I don't know if there is anything here. I don't see a saltwater option, so this is just gonna be 190 extra. If the property has a pool, you'll need to add this, so you'll do, so if it's a single family, you'll do 695 plus 190. Let's see what the other options are. So here's a washer, dryer, refrigerator. So that's already included in this one. If you have a lower priced plan, you could add these or as options. What if there's an additional refrigerator in the garage or in the house? This will cover an additional refrigerator. Outdoor kitchen, that's interesting, $100, outdoor kitchen. Appliance limit upgrade. So if I was doing a house in Beverly Hills or in Bel Air or anywhere that has really, really high-end appliances, I might go for this $100 appliance limit upgrade. So, you know, if you have like, let's say Viking, but if you have, I don't know, it could be Viking, but Wolf, I don't know what the French makers are, so you might want to have an appliance limit.
Yeah, for example.
Exactly. So, what if the property has a water softener on it? This $80 will cover the whole water filtration system, so you can add it if you want to. There's a limit upgrade here for $75. There's also enhanced slab leak limit. You know, I once had a property in Tarzana that there was, it was in Tarzana. Most of the houses in the valley are built on slab. Here in the city, we have raised foundations. A lot of properties in the valley were just built on a cement slab. And when they build the properties, they put all the piping in the dirt underneath the cement slab. How they did it, instead of putting the pipes through the walls, they put them underground. I had a leak in Tarzana at my house, and it was coming up through the floor. The home warranty company actually came in, they jackhammered the area in my entry, and they did the repair and they filled it with cement. So they did the repair.
So they did the job of the insurance company.
They did the job, yeah, they did the job for the service call. Back then, it was like a $55 service call. Yeah, they did. You can also get limited roof leak repair for $100. Here you can add it for like a duplex, triplex, fourplex. So just showing you how to figure how to do this. So before closing, you can go online at homewarranty.com and create your own account. With this is the fidelity plan. So if you wanted that, you'll order the warranty. So that's just showing you. Go back to my share folder. I have playbooks in here. I've downloaded from Ignite. Everything is in, I mean, not Ignite, from Command. Yeah, most everything is in Command. You just have to look for it. These are all playbooks. You guys can look at that. MREA. So I'll let you guys explore that. Open house sign-in sheets I have in here. So you guys can have all different options. I have all different options for open house sign-in sheets. This is a nice one, this landscape one. So you can put the address here. Okay, that's a nice one. Now, regarding open house sign-in sheets specifically, when the new changes come into effect from NAR, there's going to be sheets that have to be signed, and it's called a non-agency. You're gonna have a buyer will have 3 options on something to sign when they come in the open house. Be a non-agency, a limited agency, and exclusive. So they're gonna have to sign something. We'll talk about that. I know I'm having an open house class next week, so talk about all that stuff. But just different versions of open house stuff I have here. What else? All the Keller Williams disclosures I have in here, so
Easy, Ash.
it's all here.
How do I get to your folder?
Now, it's the big question, how do you get?
Got it, go to email or
It's gonna be sync.com.
SYNK?
YNC. But I have to send you an invitation to join my share folder.
I think you already.
You have access.
I want to how to get it. How
You have to log in. All right, so I have here KW University forces. Listing presentations that win sellers. MREA listing specialist, profitability, running a business, so there's some stuff in there. Here's transaction checklists. Every type of transaction has a checklist, so if you're doing commercial, if you're doing residential. I have something here, how to prepare seller disclosures. Let's see.
So can I ask you a question? At MRE listing specialist, is that a class? You can get
That is
certified.
a class
You can get
to
certified.
get certified.
How much does it cost?
Well, I don't know if you get certified, you're a listing specialist with KW.
That. See,
Which one? Which was the question?
oh, no, it's just.
So a listing specialist with,
Well, yeah, yeah, listing specialist.
I know they have something like that with the CAR.
Yeah, exactly, but you have to pay yearly fees to keep your certification.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like to pay any kind of recurring fees for anything,
And
if I can get away with, right? We have enough fees, don't we?
Yeah,
All right, so. I have stuff in here. After you sign a listing. Calendars. This is the CRS thing I was talking about, but here. When you are talking to a seller, there's a. And a seller lists with you. They get 25,000 or 50,000, here's 25,000 or $50,000 seller certificate. So I have here. About all that, so. Just look in the listing miscellaneous folder for some good stuff. Scripts and dialogues. How do you get better at scripts and dialogues? What to say to buyers, what to say to sellers, what to say to for sale by owners. If you go in my scripts and dialogues folder, anytime I see good scripts and dialogues, I'm gonna add it here. So I have scripts on for sale by owner, commission dialogue. So this is obviously gonna get improved. Commissions, so protecting your commission. So here's the YouTube link I have here. So I'm just, if you highlight the link. Copy. Here's just a YouTube link I have for protecting your commission. I obviously found this and thought that it was a great. That this was a great thing. Why the audio is not playing? Probably because I needed it to be.
Was and a regular for you guys. So we're just gonna dive right in, like without giving you an explanation. Just know that this episode is about taking more money home, right? You want to hear more about it.
So just showing you that's there. So this is all in my scripts and dialogues folder. Scripts and dialogues, commissions, door knocking. What do you do with the door? Door knocking to get listing. So here's another YouTube. I love hearing the agents give live what they say at the door. People learn different. YouTube links. What is this? At the listing appointment, preparing for the listing appointment, setting the listing appointment. All scripts and dialogues. I'm showing you guys this because I don't know if you're going to explore it on your own. So what I'm sharing with you. Text messages, general scripts. So this is all stuff from KW, scripts and dialogues that I've collected over the years. The scripts and dialogues don't change. Like, we're selling real estate. It's the same thing, going to a house, listing the house, selling the house. It's the same conversation over and over and over. And our job is just to get better at objections. An objection just meaning anything a seller or buyer says to you, you know immediately how to respond to it. And we're just moving everything forward from contact to contract to, and
It's everything.
there you go. Sphere scripts, how to call your sphere. Book of Yes. So there's this guy on YouTube. His name is Kevin Moore. He's also an author.
Yeah.
Book of Yes, yeah, he's got some good stuff. Top scripts from the Book of Yes, so I'm probably doing some copyright infringement there. And we were. Open house sign sheets, rules, regulations, and do not call. And I need to put that stuff in there. So here's the 2024 NAR Code of Ethics. We have rules and regulations from CLAW, our MLS. Keller Williams Policies and Guidelines Manual. Keller Williams Do Not Call instructions. So here are the do not call. Here's how to get access to our do not call database. So if people say, how do I know if a number is on the do not call list? How do I know that? If you need to subscribe to the do not call list database, and this is how you do it. So here's the Keller Williams Beverly Hills do not call registry sign up. You need to follow these instructions. Okay, so here it is. That was for rules, regulations, and do not call. Okay, scripts and dialogues. I have a team viewer installation. I have here's in web links. I have lots of stuff that I feel is really helpful to you guys for bookmarks. Like here's my bookmark list. So here's a home warranty company. Again, I just showed you, the one for Fidelity. Here's the assessor portal link. This is really important when you're taking, even for anything, taking a listing or writing an offer. You can see how much square footage is on the assessor records. A lot of times you're going to have agents that add square footages that are not the main house. So this happens all the time in like West Hollywood. You'll have a house, a small house, and an ADU, and they'll combine the square footages, and that's what they're advertising. You always need to read the description on the MLS and see if they've said this is, they're separating it out in the description. House is this, ADU is this, but it's really, I don't think it's fair to advertise. As agents, we advertise the house, the main house, so we advertise. But here's in the assessor portal, let me just see if the link works. It's okay, so for some reason, it's not letting me directly click the links. It might be different. I think because these are not downloaded. If I were to download everything, it would work directly. But when you click something, if it doesn't work for you, you can just you can copy that URL. It'll say here, go. And here's the assessor portal. You can enter any property in Los Angeles, and it'll give you the assessor information on it. What else do I have? DRE, co-signing for leases. So if you have a tenant that's not going to get approved on their own, what do? The tenant has bad credit or there's an issue. Here's a company that will co-sign for them. So if you need a co-signer for your tenant, they don't have any family to do it. You can use a private company as a co-signer. If you have properties that are in an LLC or corporation, here you can do company searches for California. There's company search worldwide. Sometimes the property will be held as the owner will be in an LLC, but the LLC is not in California. So now what? How do you find out what state their LLC is registered in? You can go here to the worldwide company search. DocuSign, have a link there. Here's a free people search if you want to get phone numbers for people. Here's a link to our Board of Realtors, California, Greater Los Angeles Association. Link to Command, apps, coaching, if you guys are interested in coaching. KW marketing, that's interesting. What is KW marketing? KW Connect marketing. Okay. Else. Here's our KWBH Facebook page. Here's our virtual. That's how you got your LA Times, place an ad. So if you guys want to advertise your listings in the LA Times, that's the link to do it. If you want to find out about schools, what schools are assigned to that property. Here's the LA Unified School District school identifier. Here's the LA Unified School District ratings for the schools, you know, how are they rated? So if you're not in LAUSD, you can Google the area and go try to Google, like if you're in Ventura County, just Google Ventura school identifier. There's an LLC or corp search. That might be another way to search. Open house sign up sheet. That's a link to add yourself to our open house sign up sheet. There you go. Link to the MLS. Here's an interesting. This is something new.
No.
You can view someone's actual property tax bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, the weird thing before was, in order to have paid someone's tax bill, in order to pay your tax bill online, you would need a code.
That is on the assessor.
Now they publish it. So this is very interesting. View property tax bill. Let's take a look at this.
But isn't it confidential?
And I guess not.
I mean, it's,
Let's see. Go to, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna enter a property, view property tax bill. So you need to have the assessor ID number. I can look it up. So let's look it up. Okay, so I'm gonna look up 300 South Blunt Drive. Beverly Hills, 300 North Blunt, 300 South Blunt. Okay, here's the assessor number for 300 South Blunt. Here we go, assessor ID number, paste. Yeah. Must contain 10 digits, so I'm gonna take out the dashes. Free tax bill, click here to view it.
it's the,
Boom,
oh,
this is the actual tax bill, and there is a PIN, and there is an actual PIN number.
okay.
Really, so this is fully made public information. This was very, almost impossible to get before, like. Escrows used to request this from the homeowner, right? Now it's available, it's amazing.
So how do you
So,
get to that again? You go to.
I have a link in my
Oh,
shared
okay.
folder.
Oh, okay. It just
Of
looks
how
at
to
taxes.
assess this, yeah,
Okay.
so. Now this actually tells you how the taxes are broken down. So. You can see here on the tax bill. You know, how the money is, you know, 2,100 goes to the schools, 1,283 goes to community college. So there's nothing that's. This is a big bill, it's $25,000 a year on a tax bill. Yeah. And that's how much it's gonna be if you buy $1 million house, right? Or no, it's gonna be if you buy a $2 million house in California, right? Because it's about 1.25% per year, 1.25%. That'll be 12,500.
Times two.
So this property is assessed, it's assessed at, yeah, 2,000,000, 1%.
What would, how would this help anyone in the escrow? Because with the sales, all the
How
escrow,
would it help anyone?
just the special assessments maybe, but the sales.
It'll help you assist your client. Let's say you have a client who bought a property. They're calling you, they don't know what to do, they need to pay their property tax, like, I don't know. Like we're here to assist our clients,
Okay.
right? And your client calls you, they say, I know my property tax due, I don't know, what do I do? What do I do? Don't worry, you're gonna go to this link. You're gonna put their assessor ID number in, and you're gonna have a copy of their actual tax bill. So,
You go get paid in person also.
can you pay in person? I'm not sure. I guess you can. I mean, it says here on the bill. How to contact our office. I'm sure you can, I'm sure they have a way for you to pay. Right. So I just want to show you that's there. A lot of stuff here. Anything else? Zemus. So Zemus is a way to look up, let's look at Zemus real quick. I use this all the time for properties that are in Los Angeles. If you go to Zemus, you can pull up permits. I can see what kind of zone the property's in, so let's look at Zemus real quick. So if you go to zemus.lacity.org. It has to be in Los Angeles, though. It can't be Beverly Hills. It has to be Los Angeles. So let's just say 1100. 11. Of all these properties. All right, so here's the property. It's obviously a duplex because it has two addresses. So look at the information that I'm getting here on Siemens. So I pulled up an address and I see here that it has two site addresses, 1060 plus 1062. Okay. Fine, here's the assessor number. If I click on this permitting and zoning compliance, then I have your building permit info. That's the one I'm gonna look at. So how did I get here again? I went to zemus.lacity.org. When you go downtown or to a city office and you go to the building and safety or planning or zoning, they're all accessing this Zemus. This is what they're accessing.
Is it .gov? I'm sorry.
It's zemus.lacity.org. You would think it would be .gov, but it's .org. So if I click on building permit info, which I do all the time, I can get a parcel profile report and permit information. So here I'm gonna go to parcel profile and just look at it. So here in the parcel profile, it's gonna tell me what zones the property's in, earthquake, flood, all that stuff. So I'm just looking for no. I'm looking for anything that says yes. So here's yes. Earthquake, it's a liquefaction area for earthquake. That just means that there's molten lava flowing underneath the ground, but deep. So nothing to really worry about. I hope. I don't think so. I'm not a geologist. But I see that all the time, not really worried about it. So now, one thing I don't see here, which sometimes you will see a lot of times, where it says here other parcel related information. If there's an emergency earthquake gas shutoff valve, it will be here. So when at the end of a deal, there's certain things that a seller has to do before they sell the property. There have to be carbon monoxide alarms, there have to be smoke alarms, the water heater has to be strapped. And in the city of Los Angeles, there needs to be an emergency earthquake gas shutoff valve on the gas meter. If there's any seismic activity, the gas automatically shuts off. If that was installed, it should have been permitted by the city. So that would appear here. And I don't see it. The thing that I look here most often on this parcel profile report is for compact filled ground. So here it says compacted filled ground. No, that's great. When I see yes here, for me, that's a deal breaker for me. I don't want to buy something unfilled. So
you would.
a lot of places in
Not too bad.
a lot of places have been used as garbage dumps, like
Oh.
really years in the past. They were just ground landfill. Like, companies would charge to fill, they would buy huge parcels of land and they would just fill it with garbage and then it would get filled with dirt and compacted. And then they build houses on top of it. The problem is when you build a house on top of compacted filled ground, and every time there's an earthquake, everything's gonna crack. Unless the house is totally, just obviously, if it's constructed well, it really doesn't matter, but usually when you go into a house and the cracks are not perfectly along the seams of the drywall, perfectly horizontal or vertical, and you see those crazy sideways cracks, the foundation is usually not shear walled, meaning you have these beams, vertical beams in the foundation. In order to strengthen those, because those beams can move and sway. When you hammer a sheet of plywood against those beams and hammer that down, those beams now can't move. That strengthens the foundation. It's called shear wall. So that's one thing to stop cracks, is shear wall. But another thing to stop cracks is having your foundation on solid ground, like bedrock. Now, if you're on compacted fill ground, good luck, you're not gonna be able to go into bedrock, right?
That'd be a good time to advise your client not to purchase it.
And I hate to be a deal breaker, but I mean, when we walk in the house, we're gonna see right away if there's cracks, right? So, now I've gone in, I sold a house on Roscomere that hadn't been painted since before the Northridge earthquake. There was not one crack. And it's because the house was built on caissons that were drilled into the bedrock. So that was the foundation. They drilled into the bedrock with caissons, and then the house was built up caissons, not a crack. So it does, your foundation matters. All right, so just showing you CMIS, okay? The other thing in here is the building permit info. So permit information found. You can click on the property and see permits. So here's electrical permit, plumbing permit. Here's the other brief. I don't know what this is. We have to install 8 smoke detectors, hardwire, battery back. So it's just a good information source. The link again is in my shared folder. And it's a good resource for you guys. If you want to install ZipForm on your computer, ZipForm desktop, I have here the desktop installation for Mac and PC. So, you know, we access our contracts from CAR, but you can also download software for your computer. All right, I mean, that's pretty much, just want to share that with you guys today. Is there any specific tech stuff you guys need help with?
Yes,
Let me know.
can you go to the cars? Every time I want to get a new offer, the old one come in with the old date. And they come the kind of mixed up, it and they're not separate unless I put on new and only folded everything from the beginning. Is it
Okay, so when we go into car,
right?
that's your question.
Yeah,
So, so once we log into CAR,
yeah.
you're gonna be taken to your transaction screen. It's gonna list all your transactions.
Oh, yes.
So what's happening, John? What's going on?
I don't get this one. I get to car and the come got be join. You come zip form, continue.
So when you log into Zip Forms, you're gonna come to your dashboard,
Yeah, that's
or
what.
you're gonna go to transactions.
A
So
transaction,
if you
yes.
click transactions, it's gonna list all your transactions.
Okay.
And then you're gonna click on whatever the latest transaction is. Right, most people now, what we're gonna be doing a lot is getting buyer representation agreements signed. Okay, I would say this is gonna be the most common thing that agents are gonna be doing now is buyer representation agreements. So we need to, because you can't show property without getting one signed, right?
Yeah.
So this is really, really important. So if I log into car.org and I get here to the contract screen, so I'm going to have to create a new transaction.
Uh-huh.
All right, so new transaction, I'm gonna click new transaction. And then it's gonna be new purchase or offer is where I'm gonna go.
So you don't do those 3 steps about transactions.
Yeah, that's how I got here.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if I log into car.org, I'm gonna go transactions. This is where I'm gonna go. So over here, I'm going to put the name of my buyer, probably, right? So let's just say yes.
Okay.
And I don't have a property address, but it's residential active. I'll just press save. So now I just created a transaction called Mickey Mouse. So if I go to transactions, that's my newest transaction called Mickey Mouse. So I click on Mickey Mouse, it takes me here. Okay. Now I'm going to click on this documents link. And I need to find a document called buyer representation agreement. So I'm going to go add a document, add a doc, and it's a form. I'm not browsing for something on my computer. Add form. It's over here on the side. It's going to be buyer. It's the first one. It's the buyer representation And that's gonna now appear here because I clicked it, so. I go into it, now I can fill it out. Now I'm gonna fill out my buyer representation agreement. I have a sample buyer representation agreement filled out in my shared folder. So we're not gonna
It doesn't come one page, it comes with the picture,
bundle, it's all bundled.
old bundle with the pictures again.
Yeah.
So what do you send it to the client, the old
So
bundle?
you're gonna have to fill this out, and then after it's done filling out, you're gonna press up here, prepare signing. And that's gonna send it to DocuSign,
Yeah, right.
right? And then we're gonna send it to our client to sign digitally. So. We're gonna do this, you know, I'll do this again on Monday.
Is that different from, in the, forms?
I mean, this is every form, every form that we need to get signed.
Yes.
This is how we do it. We do it here in forms and documents. You can add a form right here if you need to. But then after you fill it out, you're gonna press prepare signing, and that's what sends it to DocuSign.
So we're gonna practice this one.
Hey, I'll do one Monday because I think buyer representation agreement, we all are gonna be doing this daily now, or, you know, pretty much. I wish there was an easier way to do it, it's not, we just have to do it, so.
Yeah, just need to learn that step by step.
Yeah, we're gonna
Put
do
it up
step by
on the document.
I wanna also make a video, maybe I'm gonna make a video this weekend about it. Cause this is gonna be the most common thing agents are doing, is the buyer representation agreement, cause we have to do this before we show properties. Call it a day, guys. I am here to help you to. Prepare for a listing, write an offer. Right, anything you guys. Join, sure, oh yeah. So you probably already signed up, so sync.com.
Yeah, okay, I did that.
You're gonna sign.
Sign it up.
Here's my shirt. folder.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
That's okay, there's everything.
Thank you.
No problem.
Waiting for the content of the. You know.
Because she says, just hook her up to just the video. Yeah, so they videos.
Council call?
And also, that someone willing to, you know, show the property.
Yes.
Sign it.
Or you put on the back of also.
I sent her to the other day. She's.
Hi.
She's very nice. She's on honest.
AJ.
They might, they might.
I know it happened before
AJ,
that.
can
but
you share?
Another probably all of this said,
the-
it's gone. I didn't put on the house.
Yeah.
Would you like me to share?
Good luck with it.
When there is this.
Oh, your shared folder, how do I access that?
Yes, so let me just.
Would you like my email address?
So I have, you're already a member of it. At faithlifetrading.com.
No, I'm using the KW email.
Okay, so.
Should I text you that?
You wanna just text me your KW email
Okay,
and I'll add that.
okay, cool, thanks.
So she's saying that she'll get the other guy to bridge for her to see the property. So I guess